Okay, Assalamualaikum guys. Alhamdulillah, we meet again in our live session today. As usual, it's going to be another 1 hour. Hopefully, by doing this, and we are keeping up with the um, content, and be ready, alert all the time, so that you are fulfilling your study requirement. Okay, Waalaikumsalam Ika. Okay, we have Hasniza here. Okay, number one, I would like to greet you. Great job for the submission of speech on the rights. Okay, and even actually I'm hoping that when you do the speech, it's going to be 5 minutes and more. And as you can see, I think Ika submitted 9 minutes, and the rest below 5 minutes, and almost 5 minutes, like I think Azi 4 minutes plus. Okay, it's okay, I do accept it. But if you want to add up, for example, you have settled the 5 rights, for example, and you can either repeat with prolonged explanation and elaboration, or you can add up more rights, so that it's going to top up to your speech submission. Why I emphasize on 5 minutes? Because when you submit a length of video and voice that consider a presentation on a part of duration, it's considered that IPT level should not less than 5 minutes. Okay, so please practice yourself to present more than 5 minutes. Actually, 5 minutes is the minimum presentation, as if like you are in front of the class, you are try to convince people with your content, or at least you are delivering some information to the audience, and you want the audience to get what you try to say, and what is the meaning of your speech, so that people will get what you try to convey there, and maybe believe that you are serious in showing the content itself. So how to make it fulfill the 5 minutes. This is what I always share. You can write down here in the comment section, and the rest can write down in the notes. Number one, first, of course, you need to read, like mentioning what is your main topic. Okay. Number two, you might give meaning to what the topic all about. For example, okay, I'm talking about the rights of speech freedom, and how you look at speech freedom, or you try to find the dictionary meaning of speech freedom and what it supposed to look like from the perspective of a standard definition, for example, and then you elaborate those with your own words. That's number three. The first one you mention. Number two, you find out the definition and meaning. Number three, you explain in your own way, your own style, and continue. You might add up with elaboration. You go details on each point, and what mean by having freedom, why we need to have freedom, how actually we want to express freedom. Okay, and then the next one, the fifth one is show some examples. You relate with examples. Okay, and maybe your own examples is better, or you have other example, it could be accepted. And the sixth one, you might add up extra information about speech freedom, where you get a facts, you're searching facts for that, and how people look at freedom of speech, and how people deal with freedom of speech, or maybe some fact that what is the do and don'ts about freedom of speech, such a way. The last one, the last one, you might include current issue. Is there any issue regarding the freedom of speech? Maybe, for example, like the media, you can say anything, and sometimes people abuse it and say a bad word, cursing language. So you might relate with the current issue. So that's only the first point. You have 5 points to do the same thing. Okay, and by doing so, you might prolong the duration. Actually, this is for you, and I'm just showing you the way. Okay, so you can add up and upgrade your submission later on. Okay, still accepted. If you want to improve, I really appreciate that. I will recognize it as a part of your effort, and to show your commitment, seriousness in keep studying. And some of you are already good at it, and some of you already in the field of working. It should be such a way. Of course, I do understand if you have problems or limited time. Okay, right, just some suggestion if you might do so. Hasniza, I'm good, and actually really a great day today, because I do meet a friend, and after the class, and on Monday I meet you and have some chit chat, and I really appreciate that. The sharing about your personal business development, including Dr. Azizan, and okay, and then today I meet a friend that also sharing good news actually, and so yeah, I'm doing great. And just now I just get to claim the 50 BPN Penjana e-wallet. Okay, Bella, Waalaikumsalam, Bella. Okay, we have 4 here watching the topic today. Okay, I think the third one would be continuing our chapter. Oh, I remember, the third one should be preparing for your quiz. Finishing chapter 7, inshallah we're going to have quiz. So be ready and to do your quiz. What you need to do is revise your topic, refresh what you have learned before, and I will divide the quiz into several chapters. So be in touch. Okay. Alright, for this one, ethnic population. Looking at the topic, I can see that it's easy. Just that, and beginning of the chapter is a bit on theoretical or concept element, so you need to focus on that. What was it? Okay, we start by discussing composition, and then continue by inhabitants. The next one would be races, and the last one indigenous. Okay, I hope that you already know the meaning, because that's your job to find the translation for that. Okay, composition. In Malaysia, our ethnic population have been divided into this concept. Composition here means including inside it. So inside our population, this is the, we can call it the way, the lifestyles of our citizen. Okay, we have segregation, we have accommodation, acculturation, assimilation, and amalgamation. I repeat, we have segregation, accommodation, acculturation, assimilation, amalgamation. Okay, let's go through one by one what it means actually. Segregation, and we translate as pemisahan atau pengasingan. Here you can see the point would be clear separation. Secara total nampak pengasingan dan pemisahan di antara setiap kaum. Within the race, within the ethnic, they are separated. Okay, we divide into groups. Okay, either the resident is different. Contohnya, the Malay might be in kampung, the Chinese in bandar and town, and the Indian might be in estate, ladang. Occupation, the kampung, which is Malay, is part of the farmer, maybe fisherman, compared to those who in town, Chinese, they might be labor, they might doing business, and Indian, they, of course, when you are at estate, what you do is to be the called a planter, or maybe managing the estate itself. Okay, and then in terms of education, also separated, and different school, different syllabus and curriculum. So this is one of the time. Okay, even nowadays we can see some part of the lifestyle and still in this situation. Socialize, you are just among yourself, and it's hard for you to be with others, and you have difficulties in connecting yourself with different races. So to make it simple, to understand it better, division between groups, A with A, B within B, and C only with C. Right? Okay. Hope it's clear. Continue. The other one we call accommodation, meaning each of the races recognize others, and we get to know the other race. We know this is Mutu. We know Indian style. We know Chinese way. Okay, but still we continue our own culture. We preserving the lifestyle. Even we are Malay, but we know how to talk with the Chinese. We know that the Chinese is there beside us. We know their food intake or their festival. Okay, so it means that togetherness is there. So as you can see, we know each other, A plus B plus C, but we remain our own style. We continue with the same living environment, but again we get to know each other. So that's mean by A plus B plus C still equal to A plus B plus C. Get it? Oh, Bella, mungkin tanya pasal quiz Alright, remind me later on. Just to give you some ideas so that you are be reminded. Okay. Next, acculturation. Acculturation, accepting others' element, adopting into the group, but practicing own identity. So it's kind of accommodation, but this one we do practice. We do put some element that in other culture into ours. For example, you are Malay, you know that the festival of Chinese is Chinese New Year, Cap Gomeng. You adopt a part of it. You might wear cheongsam, and you might eat the kind of food of Chinese, mi tarik for example. So this is under acculturation. You go to Mama, where this is not your culture to eat roti canai last time, but you put it into your living. Get it? Thosai, chapati. This is not our culture as Malay. Same goes to them. And they might do the same. They might wear songkok. Suddenly we say, oh, you are Indian but you wear songkok. This is under acculturation. And they also wear baju Melayu, baju kurung. The Chinese, especially the girls, and we can see it happen already sometime. So this practice called acculturation, where A, B, C living together with B, C, A and C, A, B. You are living together with all the culture. And let's say me as Malay, I wear we call kurta, kan? Like that. Okay. Get it? Okay. I hope it simple to understand that. Continue. The fourth one is assimilation. Combine different culture but maintain the dominant. We also call it as fusion of minority into the majority. Okay, this is a part of different but still have been practiced here. A plus B plus C become A. All of them living together, but all of them practicing one dominant things, one dominant culture, one dominant lifestyle. It can be like the Malay practicing the Indian. Same goes to Chinese practicing Indian, living together, but there are still some part of them practicing their own culture. For example, like let's say they call what? The Kelantanese Chinese. The Kelantanese Chinese. They are Chinese, but even they themselves practicing the culture of Kelantanese Malay. And even their language and become really like Malay. That's what it means by assimilation. At the same time, they have their own culture, but their own culture is just a minority, just a part of their life. The major one followed. Okay. We might say Mama too, Mama. Okay. They speak like Malay, but at the same time they still preserving the Indian culture. Mama. So this is the example. Get it? Alright, next. Last one, amalgamation. Culture mingles, they mix together, and then they create a new ethnic, and especially happen when the interracial marriage take place. Okay, and they say that, and when you have this mixed races in your marriage, and the children become intelligent, and they change in physical features, and that is why when you combine A, B, and C become D, different one, and because you create a new kind of ethnic, and they say like Baba Nyonya or Serani, and okay, kind of that way. They are not Chinese and they are not Malay. They are combining, become Baba Nyonya, and they're living like Malay, but their um, uh, clothes is like Chinese, and their food is a bit different from both. For example, get it? Yes. All right. Good then. If you need me to repeat any of the concept, please let me know because it usually come out in exam. So please be remind to look into and try to differentiate and identify each concept with their own ideas. Okay. Next, inhabitant. What is inhabitant? Place. And different culture. Start with Malay. We have fishing and farming last time. We also involved in agriculture, which is doing the plantation, and some part of it, and we live in the forest, and of course we have a very big village, and this is a part of our identity as a Malay. Very easy one, and Chindian. yeah, Chindian. Okay, either they are Chinese or they Indian. No, they are Chindian. Yeah, that's a good idea, Bella. Betul. Memang ada pun macam tu, We can see the woman wearing the Chinese clothes, but some part of their body showing that they are Indian. Okay. Next. Chinese, last time they are labeled, they are mostly placing themselves at the mining area. Of course, this is because of the British ideas putting the Chinese in this environment because they know how to do the mining of tin last time. Okay, we have that very resourcefulness of we call natural resources. Okay. They practice Kanchu system, and please go and search what is Kanchu system. For Hasniza, you get the book, so inside the books there are info about Kanchu system, and from the Kanchu system come out this Surat Sungai. It's like agreement, MOU kind of thing, related with Kanchu system, and later on they involved mostly in shop and the industry, the factory. So kita nampak lah hari ni yang China kan, pada peringkat awal mereka dah buruh yang duduk di pelombongan, lepas tu ada sistem Kanchu diamalkan. Apa sistem tu? Go try search yourself, and kaitan dengan Surat Sungai macam satu perjanjian berkaitan dengan Kanchu sistem ni. And then sekarang kita nampak mereka tertumpu pada kedai dan juga perkilangan. Indian plantation estate, okay, compared to agriculture, plantation is more on the bigger scales. Okay, and then railway guard, okay, they involved in this area last time, and they have the system called Kangani, and if Chinese call Kangchu, the Indian call Kangani, and this is called the contract worker. Oh sorry, the typo, the contract, contract worker berkaitan dengan Kangani system ni dia pekerja kontrak. So kena follow the rules. Okay, I think it's easy. Kangani system and country system kind of the same. If you get to know what is the system, so and you can see that both are look alike. Okay, kita ada apa lagi? Next, races. As I mentioned earlier, this is very simple topic because you already have some idea about the different races. You already involved in all the races before, and including religion. You have looked into their belief, and you may be a part of the culture. You might implement some of the custom. Okay, let's go detail. For religion, kita ada Islam, Taoism, Confucian, Hinduism, Buddhist. So you might need to look into it at the surface, or you might found the detail by yourself later on. Okay, try to search for it. Islam, of course kita tahu, perkara basic, perkara asas ialah rukun Islam dan rukun iman. Taoism, okay, dalam buku ada, so you need to refer to the books. Okay, apa tu Taoism? Apa tu Confucian? Dia macam dua benda ni datang daripada China, tapi ada beza sikit. Katanya yang mengamalkan Taoism dan mengamalkan Confucian. Dia macam mungkin kita katakan mazhab lah kot. Macam tu kind of. Hinduism, okay, kita tahu yang mengamalkan agama Hindu, dan Buddhist agama Buddha. Okay, next. Selain daripada itu, kita ada juga agama Kristian. Kalau dalam Quran dipanggil Nasrani. Animistic, kepercayaan tentang wujudnya kuasa alam, kuasa alam. Okay, termasuk juga dipanggil mystical. Ada juga orang yang percayakan benda-benda mistik, magic. Ini kepercayaan. Kalau agama dia lebih tersusun berbanding kepercayaan. Okay, kepercayaan ni macam kelompok kaum yang kecil mengamalkan that kind of belief system. Compared to religion, dia macam the whole world having the religion, togetherness. Macam tu. Pagan ni macam berhala macam tu kan, ataupun macam dia ada Tuhan tertentu. Pagan. Okay, dewa-dewa, ni orang-orang yang mengamalkan kepercayaan dewa-dewa kan. Dewa, katalah macam kes Yunani kan, dia ada kepercayaan kepada dewa perang lah, dewi lah kan, macam tu Alright. And then there are those who believe in the supernatural kan. Dia boleh berubah-ubah mengikut tempat, kepercayaan kepada persekitaran dia. Okay, contohnya macam kalau orang Sabah percaya pada gunung, kalau orang Sarawak pula mungkin dia percaya pada hutan, macam tu. Kalau orang asli pula mungkin dia percaya pada batu-batu ke kan, atau pokok ke, macam itulah dia percaya banyak kepada alam, sebab tu supernatural, natural alam tadi kan. Mungkin juga yang menyembah sesuatu di kawasan tersebut, specifically. Okay, get it? Okay, hopeful that you are try to get into the, sebab tu that's why I ask you to go and research for those information. Okay, if you have the book tak tahu Bella dah dapat belum buku. You have the book, you can have some reading. Okay, continue. Now is on the festival. Okay, a lot of festival and we already know some part of it mungkin mula kita tahulah basic one, lama-lama kita dapat bezakan. Contohnya macam kita ada raya haji dan raya puasa. Dia orang pun mungkin akan belajar, oh raya puasa ni kena puasa sebelum tu baru raya. Haji ni bila kita raya haji ada korban. Macam tu. Kita pun belajar dia. Chinese New Year is the beginning of their years, and then their Cap Gomeh and so on continue. Okay, Bella tanya, supernatural macam animistic. Macam animistic. Macam animistic. Cuma supernatural ni dia lebih boleh katakan lebih spesifik kan, apa yang dia percaya tu. Kan, compared to animistic ni dia mungkin lebih luas kepercayaan dia. Sebab animistic ni kadang-kadang ada tempat lain pun percaya benda yang sama. Contohnya macam let's say katalah menyembah matahari. Kan? Ada juga tempat lain yang menyembah matahari. Macam tu. Compare to supernatural, dia bergantung kepada tempat tu. Mungkin kalau macam dekat Sabah je, Gunung Kinabalu disembah. Tapi tempat lain takkan mungkin boleh sembah Gunung Kinabalu sebab dia lebih berbentuk tempatan. Macam tu. Okay. Walaupun mungkin tempat lain ada gunung lain, tapi dia berbeza lah. Maksudnya dia tak akan sembah semua gunung. Dia spesifik pada gunung tu. Ataupun ada satu pokok tu, kan? Ataupun ada satu tempat tu, macam kata hutan tadi tu, kan? Dia ada dia punya kawasan dia. Ada. Even dekat negara barat pun, dia ada kawasan tu, dia orang akan pergi tempat tu, dia orang akan sembah. Dan tempat lain tak ada. Compare dengan let's say Hindu, katalah Batu Cave dia pergi, tapi dia mengamalkan benda yang sama yang ada dekat tanah besar India. Kan, upacara dia sama. Tapi kalau kita kata macam upacara kata sembah Gunung Kinabalu tadi dengan upacara sembah Gunung Krakatoa di Indonesia contoh, berbeza. Dia takkan sama. Tu dipanggil supernatural, lebih spesifik. So kita nak bezakan lah. Animistic dia luas. Mungkin juga ada dekat negara Europe yang sembah matahari. Ada juga yang dekat dekat western yang sembah matahari, ataupun mungkin ada beberapa tempat yang masih lagi menyembah matahari. Macam tu. So dia macam sana pun matahari, sebab matahari tu satu. Ada juga yang mungkin bulan, ada juga yang bintang, benda yang sama. Tu animistic lebih kurang sama. Dia percaya kepada mungkin dia hujan ke kan. Dia ada same element. Tu cuba nak bezakan lah. Yes, kadang-kadang memang ada maksud yang sama. Cuma sengaja saya bezakan sebab ada kepercayaan yang seperti itu. Okey. Kalau ada lagi boleh tanya, Bella. Festival macam saya sebut tadi, kita more spesifik, kita buat beza. Sebenarnya Chinese New Year and Cap Gomeh ada perbezaan. And then kita pun tengok Thaipusam dengan Deepavali. Sebenarnya Thaipusam ni dia memang upacara yang begitu besar. Sebab tu makan masa waktu dia berhari raya tadi. Okey, saya kena cepat sikit. Dia punya handphone dah bagi warning. Deepavali pula lebih pada sambutan cahaya pada rumah masing-masing. Dia bukan kena berkumpul macam tu. Including music, we have different dance, we have a lot and kind of wedding style, clothes differences and culture kan. Okay. So semua ni kita dah tahu saya pergi cepat lagi hari ni. Different calendar, even dalam kita sendiri pun Islam kita amalkan dua jenis kalender. Termasuklah mereka ada Cina ada, Buddha ada kalender dia kan. Burial, cara pengebumian berbeza. Kita pun belajar Chinese dengan India ni nampak macam kena ronda kan. Lepas tu cara dia tanam, tempat dia. And then celebration kan, sambutan lain, cara mereka bersukaria, termasuklah mungkin sambut birthday, clanship kan. Ada juga upacara yang tertumpu kepada setengah kumpulan kecil atau keluarga yang mungkin besar keluarga tu, tapi bukanlah sampai tahap semua orang dalam budaya tu mengamalkan benda yang sama kan. Mungkin juga dia ada dia punya family heritage towards something, ataupun macam kita kata family day kan. Bukan semua family buat family day macam tu. Okay, next kita ada kasta. Ada juga setengah-setengah yang mengamalkan kasta. Kan? Macam kita boleh kita katakan ada pangkat, terutama dalam royal family. Kan? Kalau India tu pun lagi ketara. Chinese mungkin kurang nampak lah kan? Berkaitan kasta. Biasanya berlaku kalau ada level of economic kan, yang bos dengan majikan, dengan pekerja, dengan kuli macam tu. Okay, different food, different drinks, kind of houses, okay, different style and building, handicraft pun we can learn. This is the advantage of Malaysia. We have a lot. Okay, finish our races. Go to the indigenous. Yang ni lebih tertumpu pada Sabah dan Sarawak. Kita tengok ada Melanau. Boleh tengok, boleh search macam mana orang Melanau, kehidupan dia, budaya dia, dan keunikan dia. Termasuklah Iban, dipanggil Dayak Laut, Bidayuh, Dayak Darat, yang duduk dekat bahagian laut, dan Dayak yang duduk bahagian darat dibezakan dengan nama Iban dan Bidayuh. Kita ada Kadayan dan Bisaya. Ada juga Kadazan. Tu ada beza antara Kadayan dengan Kadazan. Bajau dan juga Murut. So kita bahagikan antara Sabah dan Sarawak. Okay, get to know them by reading, search yourself, and to get the content and information. I think that's it. Is there any more? Lastly, kita cover. Sebenarnya kalau nak bincang, banyaklah tang ni. Isi dia panjang. Kalau kita nak bincangkan boleh. Okay, so go back and look into it, each of the point. Okay, especially when you have the books. Okay, the other way, search in the website. Okay, any question before we go to the task today? Okay, kita kembali kepada buat video kan. Lama kita tinggal buat video ni. So come back to do a video. Okay, your video, okay, listen properly. Your video should be in the topic of race, starting from this one, race. Race terbagi kepada banyak topik kecil. Religion, belief, culture, custom. So any of those point, you nak pilih yang mana satu, pilih dan buat video about it. Different from presentation. Presentation, you presenting the information. You are there talking about it, elaborate, explaining. Okay, giving example. Macam yang saya sebut awal tadi, itu presentation. But this one, video on the theme. Tema apa yang you pilih tu. Kalau you pilih tourism, okay, buat je apa-apa. So buat satu video berkaitan dengan tu. Okay, kalau you pilih Hinduism, kalau boleh, kalau semua pilih Islam, macam kurang adil. Islam kita dah tahu, okay. Kalau boleh kita tolaklah Islam ke tepi. Cari pasal agama lain. Get to know the other religion. So we are talking about the Malaysian society. Macam tu. Ataupun kalau tak nak pergi agama, tak nak pergi semua ni, nak pergi pasal any festival pun boleh, terpulang lah. Nak cerita pasal orang Jawa macam mana ke, contoh kan. Ataupun kita pilih yang Sabah Sarawak tadi. So that at the same time you are learning about those information. Oh, you want to combine pun boleh. Okay, Sabah saya tengok ada 4 kaum. Kaum yang pertama, okay. So to make it longer, you talk about different races on their each celebration or music or dancing or wedding or clothes, anything. It's up to you to compare it yourself. Okay, and as usual, make sure the length of the video tu, kalau reaching 5 minit, lama sebenarnya di video 5 minit kan, dan mungkin kali ni dalam 2.5 minutes lah macam tu, 2 minit setengah. Okay, short video lah, short video. Dia short one. Sebab kalau presentation mungkin kita buat panjang, tapi this video might be short kan. Kalau kita tengok contoh macam IG IG dia punya running 1 minute kan. Dia punya putaran dia. So mungkin boleh buat macam tu 60 saat, tapi untuk kita punya ni kalau boleh go for 2 minutes macam tu. Okay. And so you include a lot of information. So yang keluar tadi tu gambar-gambar, wording, and boleh juga keluar suara yang sedang informing. You boleh use any apps. Okay, contoh apps yang biasanya kan lecturer ni suggest daripada IT ni, dia kata Powtoon. So boleh gunalah kan. Tapi if you have any other one kan, you have apa, kalau nak guna TikTok pun boleh lah. Okay, is up to you and how you want to do it and the video, as long as the information about these races. Okay. Alright, that's it for today. And if you finish, paste it on the FB. Finish. Okay. Before we end, in PowerPoint kan, boleh terpulang, boleh buat PowerPoint kalau dalam PowerPoint tadi tu ada dia punya animation kan. You can do it, your choice. I leave it to you which one is easier. But of course, the one that I look into is the attractiveness of your presentation, how interesting you put it, and creativity is I think the most marks given, other than content and information. Okay. Lagi soalan kalau ada? Alright, last one. Come back to the quiz matters. I will divide into chapters. Normally chapter 1 to 3, one quiz. 3, 4, 5, another quiz. 7, 8, 9, another quiz. Biasanya saya pecahkan macam tu. Okay. And kita ada 10 and 11, I think no quiz lah. 10 dengan 11 tu dah very short one, short idea saja. Okay. Screenshot without face kan? Yes. Kalau boleh masukkanlah muka tu, sebab kita tahu oh ini siapa yang hantar at the end kan, ataupun from at the beginning. Okay. Bukanlah perlu you ada sepanjang masa dalam video tadi, sebab dia macam video apa kita panggil video information kan. You want to tell something about something, so using slides and using movement of graphic, animation, sound, music, cuma nak highlight kan, nak paste tu kan, kalau boleh ni prepare by siapa kan. So saya tahu oh okay, permulaan kalau boleh permulaan, ataupun at least ada at the end. Okay. Alright, I think that's it for today. Any other question? Be ready on your quiz. Maybe we might do it next class. Or if you have any suggestion, let me know in the WhatsApp group. Ika tanya, hari apa ya se-quiz tu? Starting next week ke? Kalau tak dapat join untuk malam quiz sama. Alright, it depends. Okay, if you have something to do, you have work and a job, so let me know. We can arrange any other time. Boleh kita adjust untuk buat waktu lain. Ataupun kalau nak buat sama-sama mungkin susah juga kan, nanti kesian pula kan. Normally we are using the class time. Biasa saya gunakan waktu kelas lah. Tapi let's say you want to do it together in another time, bagi tahu hari apa kan. Kalau ada free lah kan. Saya bimbang kan, orang lain mungkin free time lain. Okay. Alright, anything else? Siapa-siapa yang ada problem, let me know kan. Macam tadilah kan, ada Tira dengan Aziz minta excuse untuk malam ni. I understand that. Just they need to catch up and deal with me lah, set the time. Okay, I think that's all for today. I'm worried that the line might be disturbed and distracted because my space, and my space of the memory, and yang kedua the battery pula bagi sign. Okay, see you in WhatsApp group, and please do your research on the topic, which one, and let me know what team that you choose. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.